In Sudan, paramilitaries from the Rapid Support Forces say they have accepted a U.S. plan for a 3-month humanitarian truce, a plan that's backed by other brokers, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and RSF's allies, the United Arab Emirates. Government forces in Khartoum or in Port Sudan these days, earlier this week vowed to keep on fighting. Mass killings of civilians have followed the recent fall of North Darfur's capital, El Fasher.
The International Organization for Migration says that nearly 82,000 people have fled El Fasher and surrounding areas since October 26th, including towards Tawila, which is already hosting hundreds of thousands who have fled previous attacks, with humanitarian needs far exceeding available resources. The UN Population Fund reports that women and girls face rape, abduction, and other extreme violence while escaping El Fasher. Other local sources report that about 1,300 people with gunshot wounds arrived in the locality of Tawila after being attacked as they escaped the city.
Yeah, the nearby camp 60 kilometers away from El Fasher continuing to swell. Let's cross now to journalist Roaa Elhag, who is with us from London. Thank you for speaking with us here on France 24.
Thank you for having me.
The last time we chatted with you was in the France 24 debate just after the fall of the capital of North Darfur. Since that time, it appears the killing has not stopped.
Unfortunately, the killing not stopped until today. There's dozens of people dying, not only in El Fasher, but also in Bara and Kordofan region, which is it's a conflict between RSF and SAF in this region. It's near El Fasher, not far. So Kordofan and Darfur is attached to each other. So the RSF moving from El Fasher after they make war crimes, people dislocated, thousands of families moved to Tawila and stayed there, and the satellite images from Yale shown that there is bodies in El Fasher and a blood spots in different places in El Fasher, and people left their home either being dead or kidnapped by RSF. So the killing is continuous. RSF today say they agree to stop the killing, and they make a statement today following the international community and the quarter talk to stop the war in Sudan. But for me, I think it's very complicated because, as I mentioned before, multiple times that this war funded from international community as well. UAE supply RSF with weapons. There is a big fight about not only the land, but also about gold mining places. And we know that RSF, they control important and crucial parts of the gold mining that is smuggled out from Sudan to UAE and other countries like Russia, for example. So yeah, the situation is still complicated in Sudan.
Yeah, you mentioned the United Arab Emirates. Let's look over the timeline of the last 48 hours, because they've made statements now saying, well, it was a mistake to let the war go on this long, or something to that effect from one of its representatives. And now you have the RSF announcing that it agrees to the U.S. plan. Is it possible that the UAE is having a change of heart, or that the U.S. has pressured the UAE into having a quiet word with the RSF?
Yeah, obviously there is been everyone talking about the UAE participating in war in Sudan, and this is embarrassing for them, and they want to calm down the things politically, but in the real life, it's really complicated because they funded the war. The gold that smuggled from Darfur, they replace it with weapon for RSF, and they support in RSF propaganda in the media as well, and they blame in the Islamic people. But I want to focus on what the spokesperson from UAE, he said like they are regretting they didn't say that it was a military coup back in 2021, which is he said that because they want to create a political agreement between SAF and RSF in Sudan. But realistic, it's really hard to create this because now there is war crimes, there is millions of people dislocated from their homes. We have like the biggest crisis in the world, and bringing all those people back together in like a political agreement that without any accountability or who will take the blame. It's really a hard political process. I think part of the failure in Sudan because of the international community. They already know that things been going for decades. RSF used to kill people before, like for decades when they were like Janjaweed, before they become an RSF after they got supported from different countries. So this going for decades, and the international community ignore the fact in Sudan. Even when the coup happened in 2021, the international community just U.S. just did blame for the SAF and RSF, but they didn't do any type of justice for the people that killed in Sudan. So I think any political agreement without taking weapons or break the war cycle by taking accountability for parties that killed and did war crime in Sudan will be something not stable, and it's not going to work.
Roaa Elhag, so many thanks for joining us from London.
Thank you.
Stay with us. There's much more to come here on France 24, including the argument over Elon Musk's $878 billion pay packet for an annual salary that investors in Tesla do not appreciate, minority shareholders, that is. That's coming up in Business with Charlotte Lamb.